Businesses nationwide are preparing for a summer of diminished activity. Travel advisories from multiple nations now explicitly steer citizens to spend their leisure time and funds in alternative destinations. International trips to the United States have plunged precipitously, dropping at least 14% year-over-year. Despite claims that imposed tariffs will enrich the nation, tourism-dependent regions report catastrophic declines, some nearing 30%. Cancellation patterns reveal a consistent theme. Travelers cite safety concerns and perceptions of hostility. Social media amplifies the crisis with jarring visuals of near-vacant aircraft destined for American cities. Flights from Toronto to New York and Toronto to Fort Myers display rows of unoccupied seats, signaling an immediate tourism emergency rather than a looming threat. Global spending patterns confirm this shift. Historically, the U.S. magnetized aspirations alongside visitors, drawing dreamers from Tokyo to London and Sydney to São Paulo. That gravitational force is now faltering visibly and audibly, with repercussions Washington appears to overlook. This downturn distinguishes itself through alarming exclusivity. Among 184 nations, America stands alone as the sole major. Economy projected to suffer, reduced. International visitor expenditure in 2025. Competitor destinations universally expand. While U.S. appeal contracts. Data reveals a dire trajectory after nearing pre-pandemic recovery with 72.4 million visitors in 2024. Rivals nosedived 14% by March 2025. Critical markets deteriorated sharply. Western European visitation fell 17.2%, with Germany collapsing 28%. Projected losses reached $12.5 billion this year. Collapse, not a recession. Compounding this, a $50 billion travel trade deficit has emerged, indicating Americans are fleeing overseas spending while foreigners stay away. Fellow German tourist Lucas Celov faced 16 days imprisonment after a language misunderstanding during border questioning, costing his family $2,744 for deportation. Permanent resident Fabian Schmidt, detained at his routine Boston entry point, exemplifies systemic overreach. Casualties mount. Welsh backpacker Rebecca Burke, Canadian actress Jasmine Mooney, German teens deported from Hawaii for incomplete lodging plans. Immigration attorney Steven Yeler confirms this reflects deliberate policy. CBP heightened vigilance under the current administration. Veteran border official Pedro Rios observes unprecedented detentions of travelers from allied nations like Canada and Western Europe. Airlines are executing an exodus. Airlines will abandon all U.S. routes by October 2025, citing market failure. Condor Airlines erased 6 North American destinations overnight. WestJet's bookings plummeted 70%. Forcing 9 route suspensions, executives explicitly blame presidential trade policies. Air Canada axed 5 cross-border links, severing generational connections like Toronto-Detroit. European carriers like KLM, British Airways, and Lufthansa retreat aggressively. North Atlantic scrapped half its U.S. routes within 3 years. Secondary airports now resemble aviation wastelands. Baltimore Washington International lost 7 carriers. Minneapolis' Paul's international terminals stand deserted. Economic aftershocks cripple tourism ecosystems. International tourists spend 8-fold more than domestic ones, sustaining luxury hotels, premium dining, and experiences. Their absence triggers cascading failure. Hotel profitability cratered from 43% to 32%, risking mass bankruptcies. New York's foreign arrivals fell 20%. Los Angeles lost Asian visitors. Miami's South American links withered. San Francisco conferences bled international attendees opting for virtual alternatives over detention fears. Smaller destinations face extinction Flagstaff abandoned global marketing entirely. While Sedona and Aspen recalibrate for domestic-only tourism, Brand USA's emergency campaigns collide with foreign government travel warnings and viral detention stories. The National Travel and Tourism Office's fantasy projections defy reality. Analysts at Tourism Economics forecast an 8.7% overall decline, including 20% fewer Canadians and 6% fewer Europeans. America hosts the 2026 World Cup and 250th anniversary events requiring foreign crowds, while infrastructure implodes. Industry insiders whisper of a leadership effect. Japanese partners now refuse in-person meetings. German tour groups reroute to Canada. Rental car bookings, multilingual tours, and tourist district restaurants report free-falling demand. Universities note plummeting international applications as families fear student detentions. Conventions relocate to Toronto or Europe, signaling America's waning appeal for global gatherings. The State Department's silence underscores governmental denial. Each detained traveler becomes an anti-ambassador, deterring hundreds through social media and word of mouth. Solutions require retraining 50,000 agents and establishing oversight. Yet a Government Accountability Office report found CBP couldn't verify its own training compliance. Rebuilding shattered trust demands years, but current policies accelerate damage daily. The world is learning to vacation without American habits. once formed, resist reversal. The urgent question isn't whether recovery is feasible, but whether political will exist to confront uncomfortable truths before permanent economic scarring occurs.